Ordinary Numbers by Cryptaria. Chapter 4. May 2012. Thank God night shift was quiet, Taylor thought, cupping his mug of tea between both hands. He'd finally relented and brought in a mug-in from home, a ceramic monstrosity that held as much tea as 3 of the little paper cups from the break room and required 2 tea bags to properly steep without getting bitter. He muffled a sneeze and tapped his headset, hoping it was another wrong number. He'd had 2 of them so far tonight.
Help Desk call center, this is Taylor.
He cut off to sneeze again, remembering to mute it halfway through.
Operator 4191. This is not a secure line. How may I help you?
You sound like death. Taylor smiled.
Hi, James. It's been a while. What are we doing that's fun today?
He grabbed a tissue and wiped at his nose, determined not to do something so embarrassing as sniffle while on the line with his operative. He made a mental note to scout out when he started to think of Bond as his when he was feeling better. I'll tell you, but it might get you excommunicated by the Pope. Will that bother you terribly? Bond asked with a chuckle.
Not Catholic,
Taylor said with a rough laugh. He took another long drink of tea to stem a tide of unattractive coughs.
Can you be excommunicated if you're not Catholic?
I'll think if they try hard enough. He could hear the grin in Bond's voice. What are you doing, working night shifts again? No wonder you're sick.
I couldn't get out of bed this morning, so I switched shifts with Steve.
Taylor didn't have the time to click off the mic before he started coughing, so he covered it with his hand instead.
Sorry, not just sick. It's the plague.
Unless you've been kissing rats, you don't have the plague. Have you been kissing rats? Do you want him to be jealous?
If you're jealous of rats, then you have issues,
Taylor said, doing his best to not let the idea of kissing Bond, whom he hadn't even seen yet, give him the flutters.
Oh, wait, I'm pretty sure the plague wasn't spread by kissing rats, was it? Because that puts a whole new spin on my perception of medieval times.
I'm certain at least a few people got it that way. Rats are everywhere, after all. In the background, Taylor could hear the sound of water splashing. There's actually a theory that people were healthier because they slept next to their animals. They get minor diseases and build up resistance. Of course, they also had fleas.
That's just...
Taylor didn't know if the shudder that ran through him was from the mental image or his illness, but he didn't finish the sentence.
Wouldn't work anymore, though, would it? I mean, if I had a cat and let it sleep on my pillow, that wouldn't actually help.
He paused for another sneeze.
Where are you?
At the Fontana di Trevi in Rome. I don't know a thing about cats. Bio-warfare is another matter, I'm afraid. Bond said thoughtfully. You really sound awful. Shouldn't you be at home?
Yes, but I wasted my sick time earlier in the year. Well, I say wasted.
Taylor smiled. The 7 days he'd spent at the annual Hackerspace UK meetup had been heaven, but it had used up all of his time off. On sick medical on you, but they just steal your blood. Do you have tea? And there's a Chinese place on the secure delivery list that does spicy egg drop soup. You can use it as rocket fuel. It'll clear your sinuses. Taylor chuckled.
I'll keep that in mind. I'm looking at pictures of the fountain online. Looks pretty. Do you need something from me?
I need to be on the phone with someone. Business tourist out for a coffee very early in the morning, waiting to get a start on the day. So it's either you or I dial random extensions at the office until I find someone who's bored. Taylor muted the mic for a coughing fit, even as he grinned. Bond didn't need him for anything. He just wanted to talk. He scrambled for something interesting to say, but his fuzzy mind wasn't helping much. He stared at the Wikipedia page open in front of him until he realized what he was looking at.
Oh, that's just unpleasant. Did you know where the name Bubonic came from? Thank God I don't have the real thing.
So you won't be spending the Saturday night with an adorable little she-rat. Good to know. Bond teased.
She-rats aren't really my thing,
Taylor said absently, staring at the wiki.
Look at all those skeletons. I didn't realise the plague killed so many. 60% of Europe. Wow.
You're on Wikipedia, aren't you? Bond accused, though Taylor could hear his attempts to suppress his laughter. It's a black hole, Mike. Back away before you get sucked in.
What else am I supposed to do?
Taylor asked ruefully.
I tried to do some programming, but apparently my brain is broken. I don't even know what I did in the code, but it's going to take hours to unravel.
He yawned.
who tries to use something named for the havoc it wreaks with genitals in biowarfare. And then in the 1940s too, they should have known better.
Bond made a choked noise as if trying to suppress a laugh. It's just about 20 degrees here. There isn't a single cloud in the sky. All the buildings here are beige stone and brick. At this hour, the streets are mostly quiet, though that doesn't stop the local drivers from trying to kill everyone. I'm walking west, towards Vatican City. I've only been in Rome 2 other times, so it's still new to me. I think I rather like it here.
It's all the naked people sculptures, isn't it?
Taylor shook his head.
It's really a good thing you don't need my help. Broken brain is not fun. What does it look like? Vatican City?
No idea. It's not often that our company sends a specialist like me here. Bond laughed. I suppose Henry VIII might have, if he'd had the option. But if I had to hazard a guess, I'd say it's big and expensive.
Isn't it surrounded by a huge wall? And isn't it the smallest country in the world? I wonder what the security is like.
Taylor closed his eyes, thinking about it.
Richest, smallest country, I bet. They must have an amazing network. Predictive behavior cams, thermal image scanners, advanced biometrics.
Mike?
Huh?
Taylor opened his eyes again. Promise me you're not going to try and act Vatican City. Can you do that for me?
Why? That could be just the thing I need to feel better. I bet that Chief Sis Sedman really knows how to dance.
Taylor took another drink of tea, thinking about the delicious possibilities. Mike, Bond scolded, if you're going to start a war between the Catholic Church and England, will you please at least wait until I'm well away from the contested borders? He coughed. It sounded suspiciously like a laugh. Taylor gave it a moment's thought.
What would that look like, exactly? A war between England and the Church? I mean, isn't not killing people sort of a thing with the religious
He couldn't quite finish his sentence through another coughing fit. You're really not alright, Bond said quietly through the coughing. I won't yell at you to go home. I'll just point out the crusades. Several crusades. I forgot how many. 10 or 20 at least, including one of child soldiers, so no hacking. Taylor took a few deep breaths and another drink of tea.
Fine, but only because you asked nicely. Wait, that's not right. Only because you said they sent child soldiers after me with axes. Would a modern crusader still use an axe?
Bond laughed. An axe and a machine gun, I'm certain. Better stay safe until you're healthy enough to fight off the vicious children. They might even bring rats. Now stay on the line a moment. I might actually need your help here. Taylor straightened, set down his tea, and closed all his wiki tabs. He preemptively opened a few command prompt windows and executed his favorite cloaking script.
Okay, he said. But if you die because you're counting on my fussy, broken brain, I'll be very put out. Shouldn't you call Q Branch, where they don't have the plague?
It's 4 in the morning, London time, Bond said over a faint rattling sound. And in theory, all I need to do is copy a few files. I just know how theories go out in the field. And now I'm in... God, what a dingy place. Doesn't anyone dust anymore?
Sounds like a better use of Rome's children than crusading, if you ask me. Where are you?
The cover is an antiques dealer. He's actually doing a very lucrative trade in smuggling gold. Alright, good God, this computer's older than I am, Bond said in disgust. It actually has a disk drive. They haven't had those for, 10 years? Taylor chuckled.
At least, maybe he thinks of it as an antique, fitting for his old school personality. People actually smuggle gold, really?
Oh, absolutely. Most of it goes to arms deals, a great many of which are just across the sea. Africa, gold, weapons. It's one great big black market whirlpool. Ah, CD burner. Lovely. There was a faint rattling sound in the background. I'll need to find names, account numbers, whatever will get me the next step up in the chain.
Well, if he has a CD banner, there must be a stack of bannable CDs somewhere. You're going to have to brave the dust, I think.
Taylor felt a sneeze coming on, so he tried to preempt it by pinching his nose. Of course, that apparently shifted something, because all ability to breathe through his nose promptly vanished, and didn't return when he moved his hand back.
Maybe you should wear a handkerchief around your mouth and nose, just to keep your sinuses intact.
He added miserably. Found them. God, and about 400 CDs. This is his backup system. Bond said thoughtfully. I'll really need to start carrying a rucksack on intel gathering missions. I can't always depend on finding my target data on an SSD. Are you running a fever?
a rucksack with special padding to make sure nothing is jostled. Don't you have a USB drive? Even computers that old will take one.
Taylor tried to take another deep drink of tea, but the cup was sadly empty. He eyed it with annoyance, unwilling to put Bond on hold long enough to get a new one. Of course not, Bond said, irritated. I had one on my keychain, but of course that's in my locker back there. Feel free to head down to sub-level 2 to fetch it for... He cut off with a sudden hiss, and the sound of an ancient clunky CD burner came through Bond's phone. Or his Bluetooth, Taylor suspected. Bloody fucking hell, Bond whispered.
What?
Taylor knew that if Bond was alarmed, it couldn't be good. He's coming to work early. Lovely. Abruptly, the sound of the CD burner cut off with a rattling, a rhythmic clunking sound.
What are you doing to that ball CD drive? If the burn isn't done, there and interrupted, it won't work, you idiot!
Too late. Unplugged. Christ fucking Intel failure. Bond muttered, taking a breath.
Take the drive!
Taylor urged with a low hiss, triggering another coughing failure.
Not the burner!
He gasped out.
The hard drive!
Right. Bond cut off as there was an explosive report that was becoming all too familiar, followed by a loud, heavy crashing sound, almost like overturned furniture.
Another one bites the dust.
Taylor stopped himself from repeating the refrain. Wait, did I just seriously sing that? He thought in horror. Bond let out a choked laugh over the sound of someone else's abruptly silenced, wet grunt. There was a thump that sounded distinctly humanoid. Getting the drive, Bond said in a normal voice. Mike?
Yep.
Take down this number. Taylor opened a text edit window.
Ready.
Bond gave him a phone number, followed by 12 more digits. Call them. Give them your address. Let them take you home. Put it on my account. I don't want you driving like this. They can pick you up in 2 days when you're healthy.
Can't.
Taylor said, smiling at Bond's rather adorable protectiveness.
No sick time left. I took the tube in anyway. I'll take it home.
Take the car service home. And isn't there some In the background, Q heard a horrific crash of metal that you could go home without burning sick time if you've been there for however long.
I'm sure it doesn't apply to me. I've only been here for just over 6 months. I'm fine. I'll take the car home when I'm done with my shift though. Just because the tube is really scary in the very early morning. Did you get the drive?
Got it. I'll need to disappear now. Feel better, Mike. Don't make me worry about you having the plague while I'm trying not to get shot. Taylor laughed.
I'll be fine. There will be super blankets and maybe persuading Annie to take a shift for me in exchange for fixing one of her favourite game's glitches. Be safe. Don't get shot.
May 2012. Help call center. This is Taylor, operator 4191. This is not a secure line. How may I help you? Bond stared out the window, squinting against the early morning sunlight. The desert was brutal. Look at that, I'm getting better. Only 4 tries, he said, pulling the curtain closed. He crossed his tiny room in 3 steps. How are you feeling? 2 weeks ago you were on death's door. Much better, Taylor said. I'm still a little snuffly, but that's not bad. You didn't get shot, did you? I don't always get shot on missions, Bond pointed out truthfully as he sent a text on his work mobile. You do sound better, and the hard drive was intact. They were able to recover data to send me to my next target. Oh, so you get to shoot someone instead of getting shot at. That's a significant improvement. As long as it's not intel gathering. There was a pause. Did I actually sing on our last phone call, or was that the result of a fever dream? Bond laughed at the memory. You did, yes. You have a lovely singing voice, he added before he could catch himself. That was perilously close to flirtation, but it really was instinct with him. Like hell I do. And even if I did, you wouldn't have known it when I couldn't breathe properly, let alone sing. But I appreciate the attempt to make me feel better about it. Taylor sounded rueful, but not embarrassed. Grinning, Bond said, Feel free to sing to me at any time. It gets lonely and quiet on the road, assuming the roads aren't buried under 3 feet of sand from the latest sandstorm. He looked at the response text and grinned even more. It's 8 in the morning and it's already 38 degrees here, he said plaintively. Isn't that AC in your car? If it's broken, I could probably talk you through fixing it. No, Carl, I'm in Libya. Sabha, to be precise, which is a fair-sized city by local standards in the middle of nowhere. Well, if you're bored, I'm not singing to you again, but I did dig up some more interesting facts about the plague, if you're interested. Bond grinned and sat down on the edge of his bed. It was too hot to stand. Actually, that's very relevant. While you tell me your facts, stand up. Do you see anyone coming towards you? There was a shuffling sound and a squeak of a chair as Taylor stood. Did you know that perfume in Cologne originated during the plague because people didn't bathe or change clothes, and they desperately wanted a way to cover up the smell? That philosophy still holds true today in far too many places. Ban said wryly. I'm on the edge of the Sahara. No rats here that I've seen, possibly dinosaurs. I wouldn't kiss a dinosaur either, though, just in case you're curious. Though I bet they could be useful pets, especially for you. I bet you'd have a riot with a velociraptor. Taylor said with a chuckle. I saw Jurassic Park. The pack hunters, I'd much prefer something that hunts solo. Small and portable. That or a pterodactyl, like Mfenry. Is he there yet? Or she? I don't see any... Oh, yep, there he is. Should I run? Taylor asked without actually sounding concerned. Ban grinned. No, I'm not certain how big the box will be. Packing was a delicate matter. Hello there. Sure, all fine. Taylor paused. Should I not shake it then? Don't you dare. Ban warned, smiling. Go ahead and open it. It's covered in fragile stickers, James. It makes me slightly nervous. Annie? Ban heard the sound of a door opening. Another gift from your stalker? A female voice asked. Yes, Taylor replied with a chuckle. The sound of scissors scoring packing tape filled Ban's earpiece, followed by the sound of styrofoam being pulled clear from cardboard. That's a lot of tape, the woman said through the sound of tape being pulled off the styrofoam. Then, ow, wow, came Taylor's much more reverent voice. This is beautiful. Ban grinned, pleased. Ratus, female adult black rat. Isn't she lovely? Which, well, is not a thing to say about a skeleton, but at least she's not carrying any plague fleas. He's gorgeous, Taylor breathed out. I don't want you thinking I'm weird or anything, but I might actually be petting it. Lightly. Ban laughed for the first time in a good 10 days, feeling his spirits lift. Now I'm jealous. I'd offer to pet you lightly, but you're never in town long enough to even try and hunt down the help desk in this maze, Taylor responded with a chuckle. How did you even find this? Ban shook his head, trying to push away the mental images evoked by the offer to pet lightly. Surprisingly pleased, he said, I found this shop while looking for a barber. Of all things, a family business. The owner must have been 100 years old. They were artists with bones. Italy's always been a bit odd about the dead. He smirked, adding, and you forget who I am, Mike. I can find anything, including, I hope, the other end of this smuggling ring, so I can get back home for more than 3 days. Well, if I can help, let me know. Come find me if you're back long enough to navigate the maze. It's not pretty here, though. Those shiny murderous things like they have in Q Branch. Just broken printers and old phones. You might be terribly disappointed. I'll call you when I can, he promised. Off for now. People to kill, buildings to level. Good luck, James. Ban grinned. Thanks, Mike.